Awesome. Start off with kind of the flow of that game. I thought the first half, really that first quarter, we came out and I thought we didn't look like us. I don't think we ran like we have been. I don't think we certainly didn't execute like we have been. Defensively, didn't execute like we wanted to, like we have been. Just didn't look like us. Didn't look like us running the football. Didn't look like us in the back end. And then offensively, balls on the ground. Couldn't get the run game going. Hard time protecting early. I think in the second half, we started to look like us. I saw the leadership take over. I saw guys sprinting off the field. I saw our special teams look like special teams that we're used to. Offensively, certainly executed better. Couldn't finish at times. Two ways to look at it. One, that's a really good football team, and we're not there at that level yet. The other way to look at it is that as a program, we're going to be in that situation again. And I told our team just now, and I truly believe this, as a program, we're going to be in that same exact situation again. Maybe this year, it may not be. As I've said before, as a program, we'll get there as fast as we possibly can. And tonight you saw a team that will fight, but the margins against another really, really good football team are really, really tight. And they're really, really small. And we didn't win in the margins. We gave up too many explosives on defense, 16. We didn't have enough explosives on offense, and we couldn't run the football efficiently enough on offense to be able to sustain drives. You're living and dying with explosives, and that's a tough place to live. Anybody that's watched us play that knows what we hang our hat on. It's the ability to run the ball, and when you can't get chunks and be able to efficiently move the sticks, it's really, really hard. So that's where we are right now. For us, as a program, that was obviously humbling. We've got to be able to reset and play the next one. I will say this, the way that these guys handled the second half, the way that they fought, the end result wasn't what we wanted. And it certainly isn't what we expect as a program. But I am proud of the stinking fight of that group. I am proud of the resiliency of that group. Ain't nobody pointing the finger. There ain't nobody blaming anybody. Ultimately, my job is to have us more ready to play than that, and I failed tonight. And I'll own that, and I'll be better. But as a program, we will be in that situation again. Maybe this year, maybe next year, but whenever we are going to be in that situation again, my job is to make sure that we're more ready than we were tonight. So I'll open it up.
Coach, let's talk about Carson Beck. Did he come as advertised? The guy obviously had 3 passing touchdowns, a lot of yards, and he rushed as well. He's obviously one of the bigger premier quarterbacks. What are your thoughts about Carson Beck's overall performance?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was advertised as. The young man's lost 3 games in his college career.
Okay.
He's tough, he's gritty. Thought he was super accurate tonight. I thought the times he had to pull the ball and run the ball, he did a phenomenal job. I think that young man's really, really good. Certainly really tough, accurate, got a really good command of the offense. He's a really good football player.
You talked about the team not being prepared to play early in the game. There's been a lot of accolades the past couple of weeks after what you guys had accomplished. Is that a question at all of not handling the success, or is it more just Miami's talent level?
Yeah, sure. I never said the team wasn't prepared to play. You just said that. I never said that.
I thought you said you didn't have them prepared to play, and that was your fault.
Yeah, that's also not what I said. What I said was we didn't look like us early in that game. Obviously, something along the prep didn't allow us to look like what we should look like, which is fast, explosive, hustle on and off the field, gang tackle on defense, strain like crazy on offense, catch the ball, cover on special teams like we've been known to do. I think we were prepared. We didn't handle it well in the first half. In terms of the accolades, again, I think for us as a program, that's part of what comes with success, and we have to be able to handle that. If we're truly a process-driven program rather than a result-driven program, which I truly believe we are, then the next time we get this situation, we'll handle it better. In terms of being prepared, I wouldn't say we weren't prepared, but obviously somewhere in the prep, we didn't come out looking like we should. So that part is on me.
It almost sounds like you're saying rather than being a step backward, this is a learning experience.
I think the biggest part of when you fail is the growth opportunity with it. My hope is that at whatever point we're ready as a program, that is the expectation that we're gonna go win that game. I said it 2 years ago, I said it last year, and I'm saying it again. At whatever point we're ready as a program to go win that game, we will. Tonight, we weren't.
So Alex, I want to ask you about Mark Fletcher Jr. I know he was able to beat you. He had quite a few touchdowns, pretty effective on the ground as well as the air. What are your thoughts about Mark Fletcher Jr. overall?
Mark Fletcher Jr. is a phenomenal running back.
Yeah.
Powerful, big. Are we going down their roster right now?
Well, right now, only just those two players.
Gotcha.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
He's a really good player.
Alex, what do you want to see out of your team and your leaders effective immediately?
Yeah, what I wanted to see out of them since we got going in January. Hold the entire program accountable for elite process daily. Hold the entire program accountable for how we work daily, for how we grow as a program in terms of leadership, accountability, connection, and then demand that we play with precision, speed, focus, violence like you're supposed to. And I truly believe they will.
Coach, the first two games you were able to get the quarterback off his spot and make him uncomfortable. How disappointing was it tonight that you really couldn't do that?
Yeah, really disappointing. I thought we were able to make him really, really comfortable all night. Thought the pocket was clean. Thought the few times early we were able to, between some blitz game and some twist game, we were able to affect him. But for the most part, he felt really comfortable. He got in a groove early, and we never really got him out of that groove.
Coach, in your estimation, did the rain delay in the first half have a major impact on your team?
You know, I thought it gave us an opportunity to really look at what the heck was going on in terms of on both sides of the ball. Let us adjust a little bit in terms of what we were getting on both sides. I don't know if it had a big impact. I think it gave us an opportunity to kind of regroup. I thought coming back from the rain delay, I thought it all happened really fast for us. That stretch, you know, there was no TV timeout, so it was just rolling back and forth. And I thought we handled that really, really poorly, that part. I thought we never got composed. I thought it wasn't until we got in at half that it was kind of like, all right, everybody just take a deep breath and settle down. That's the part that I'm so frustrated about, is that stretch when we came out from the rain delay. It was almost like it happened too fast for us. I gotta figure out why. Right now I don't have that answer for you, but I gotta figure out what the heck it was that for us we couldn't, like, it it was just happening too fast. Why that is, I would tell you it's probably my fault. I didn't have them ready coming out of there. I thought physically and mentally leaving the locker room, I felt like we were in a really good spot, but obviously not.
Coach, Miami basically stopped the run. How disappointed, not disappointed, but you're going against a really good team that made you one-dimensional. That's pretty tough, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, for us, it offensively, it all starts with running the football. And when you can't, and you're counting on explosives in the pass game, it's going to make it really hard. We want to be as balanced as imaginably possible. For us, the expectation will be that we can. Against that defense, especially that front, you've got to get in a groove, and you've got to get some tempo going, get those guys uncomfortable. And the few times we did, I thought we ran it decent, but to get in a true groove, we never did running the football. And when your quarterback is sitting back there, and what we threw it 41 times, that's a lot. You want to be able to be a little bit more balanced, a lot more balanced. 41 out of 68 was the throw. You certainly want to run it more than you're throwing it.
Christian Neptune's made a big impact as a freshman, and he did it again tonight. What's allowing him to do this?
Yeah, one, he's an incredibly hard worker. He didn't get here till June, so he's been working overtime to get himself mentally and physically ready. Special young man though, incredibly hard worker. Has that room, Cody. They've grabbed him, brought him in, and have really poured into him. I think he's gonna continue to work really hard, but his future is incredibly bright here. Tough, smart, gritty. He's gonna continue to get opportunities to help us win games.
So Coach, when you go ahead and summarize these first few weeks, great win with Boise State, really big one with Florida. How do you feel after the first 3 games? Obviously you have some building blocks, stumbled a little bit down here, but don't you feel you have a lot more to look forward to as the year goes on?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll regroup, we'll clean it up. Just told these guys we're gonna coach it really hard, just like we did last week and the week before. We gotta regroup. It's been a physical 3 weeks. Been a grueling 3 weeks in terms of physicality.
Right.
Our guys have fought. It's a really cool locker room, man. It's a bunch of guys that I wish people can see the resiliency that group's been there. Like they've been through now the highs of college football and the rock bottom of college football.
Right.
Not just the last 3 weeks. For some of those guys, it's been a long time coming. And so it's not okay to lose. It's not okay to not meet our own expectations, but at the same time, it's a really long year. I just told these guys, like, there is not a locker room in the country I would rather be in. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I think whatever the narratives that are out there, we're building something incredibly special in Tampa. We're building a program that the entire country got to see this week, some of it, in terms of these stories that are in that locker room. Some really special young guys that know what's ahead. Got another non-conference game that we're gonna pour everything we got into. We gotta be really smart from a physicality standpoint in terms of how we continue to prepare. But I think we got a ton to look forward to. It's a really good football team that we have. We lost to a really good football team tonight. And I probably should have given them the credit, and I didn't, so that's on me. But they've put together, Mario's done a really good job. They're well coached, they're tough, they're gritty. What I said going into the game, the offensive and defensive lines are different, the quarterback's different. And they got wideouts that, holy smokes, tonight made plays all over the place. Running backs that are tough and gritty. It's a really good football team. And it's not okay to lose by any means, but we'll be in a situation again where we'll have a chance to come out on the other side if we're right. But we'll regroup. We'll go right back to work. I'm so encouraged by the love those guys have for each other. I'm so encouraged by the love that those guys have for their coaches. I'm so encouraged by the love the coaches have for those guys. It's a really neat group. There's 33 seniors that are gonna go swing like crazy every week, and that part they can rest confidently in.
Chad, we'll go to questions from Zoom. We've got about half a dozen people on there. Go ahead and raise your hand if you've got a question. We'll take your question on Zoom. Go ahead, Chad.
All right, Joey, go ahead. Alex, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You mentioned you're not at that level yet. Were you referring possibly to the line of scrimmage? Because as you indicated, Carton had a pretty clean pocket most of the night. It seemed they asserted themselves in the line of scrimmage pretty well.
Yeah, Joey, I would say we weren't at that level tonight. I think we've got some depth. We've got a bunch of guys that have played a bunch of football. Tonight we weren't on that level on the defensive front.
All right, Chris, your question.
Coach, obviously we talk about what happened tonight there for the Bulls. As far as this game, in particular, the outcome of the game, was this more so on what Miami was able to do well, or what South Florida wasn't able to do so well?
Yeah, I think it was a combination of both. I think that's a really good football team that you were gonna have to be really close to perfect in all three phases. Like I said earlier, the margins are really, really small when you're playing a really good football team that's well coached, that's tough, that's gritty, that's older, that's been there, done that. And we didn't win in the margins. We weren't good enough on either side on third down. We weren't good enough on either side in the red zone. We weren't good enough on either side running the football or stopping the run. And ultimately, those are the margins where we weren't good enough. But I think it was certainly a combination of both. Yeah.
That's all we've got online, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, appreciate it.